Hello everybody, Loki Magics, another day, another video. But before we start this video, I just want to say I really hope you guys are out there taking care of one another. Hope you guys are safe, and please guys, it is crazy times, so don't do nothing irrational. Be cool, be chill, and let's all work together to get through this world pandemic, right? So with that being said, let's get into this video. This video today is about your boy, your one and only
Stag Knight.
Alright, so let's talk about Stag Knight. Now, the reason why I really wanted to make this video is because at first when Stag Knight came out, I was kind of hesitant. I really didn't realize how good this champion is. So I really wanted to put some notice on him and then provide you guys some information on why I think he's really good. Now, I'm not going to go over his kit, too in depth. His A1, nothing too special, decreases speed, attacks enemy 2 times, right? Decent A1. But where you get a lot of value from Stag Knight is his A2, because this attacks all enemies, has a 70% chance, which could be bucked up to 100% chance to place the big decreased defense and the big decreased attack, right? For 2 turns, which with Master Hexer, you could have it up to 3 turns if you're lucky, and this could be reduced down to a 3-turn cooldown. So this A2 right here provides a lot of value, but we'll come right back to that. Let's talk about his A3. Now his A3 also is a nice A3, 50% increased accuracy if if you miss, or if you get resisted on one of your debuffs. But I don't like counting on things like that. I'd rather have a guarantee. So his A3, his passive, does help out a lot, but I'm more of a reliable type of build person, right? So this is a nice touch. It's a passive, but I'm more into guarantee type abilities. So back to his A2 though. What makes this so good is because, first of all, it attacks all enemies, decreased defense and decreased attack. One of the best 2 debuffs in the game, right? Now you have champions like Venus, who has decreased defense and weaken. You have champions like Madame Cerise, decreased defense and decreased attack, right? Stag Knight has his version. And also, if you look at Bannerlords, this is huge for faction wars. Now all these champions here, they do have variations of decreased attack and decreased defense, but none of these champions in Bannerlord has it like Stag Knight, right? Stag Knight has it on his A2, super low cooldown, and it can attack all enemies. So that right there already makes Stag Knight pretty unique, and he brings a lot of value. So I kind of underestimated his kit at first, and then when I started using him in different areas of the game, I started to notice, oh, this dude is actually pretty good, and he could really help new accounts, right? He's in the battle pass right now. I think, where is he at? He's kind of far in there, so you have to get the gold battle pass to actually get Stag Knight. I'm pretty sure you could pull him from shards if you're lucky. There you go. You gotta get to level 60 on the gold battle pass to get Stag Knight, right? That might be a lot for some people, but he's almost like a guaranteed champion that you could get, and that's one thing this game doesn't have. There's no guarantee. So having a guaranteed champion that you can pull down the line is kind of more helpful, I guess, because you can plan around that, right? So Stag Knight, we'll talk about like how far he could take you from beginning to end game in a little bit, but first let's also go over his artifacts. Now the way I built them out was like this here, because I felt like I wanted to give him a balance, right? The mindset I had was he could do arena this way, he could do campaign, he could do dungeons and clan boss, because let me see here. So his HP is at 50k, his attack is 2k, defense 2k, his speed is at 171, perfect for nightmare. Clan boss, crit rates, pretty good, crit damage is okay, and especially his accuracy right here. I find anything above 300 is the perfect middle ground to cover all content. You could easily cover campaign, dungeons, and clan boss at any difficulty at over 300 accuracy, so I feel like this is pretty much a very solid build for him to be at. If you're like, if I want to more gear him toward arena, yes, you will tweak this out a little different, or maybe even in clan boss, but I feel like this is a good mixed build for him where you can use him pretty much anywhere and don't have to change his gear, right? So let's talk about his masteries. Alright, so let's talk about the fun stuff, the masteries. So when it comes to the offensive side, pretty standard, right? You guys seen this many times over and over. He only attacks 1 to 2 times, so you want to make your way down to War Master. Pretty standard, nothing too different. You could do defense, but I feel like, you know, since he does attack all enemies, having that War Master and having a little bit more damage output from the champion will benefit you a little bit more than being on the defensive side. Now for support side, it's the absolute must because he does have, if you look at skills real quick, he does have decreased defense attack and he has this increased accuracy, right? And speed reduction. So you definitely want to get some accuracy on him. You want to go down like this, make your way here. Now you could use these with the turn meter increases, but I really just don't like those kind of builds. Now if you're trying to do like a speed build, sure, you could work this into your team comp, but for most players I feel like having this safe guaranteed kind of build is much easier and more reliable. Now we do have this bit of RNG here, Cycle of Magic, 5% chance of decreasing cooldown random skill by 1 turn. This wouldn't hurt anything because he's not like one of those champions with counter or increased defense. That's going to help you for clan boss, right, where you need to be speed tuned. So this is safe because you do want to make your way to lasting gifts. Now it is on a passive that he increases your accuracy, but hey, maybe you want to build that and put that into your team composition. So having lasting gifts will help you out, kind of sustain that increased accuracy a little bit longer. And for the opposite, Master Hexer to sustain that, you know, that decreased defense and attack a little bit longer, right? So Master Hexer is a must. And I really like Evil Eye because this right here decreases the target's turn meter when the champion hits the enemy with default skill for the first time. Sometimes this could be clutch, like this could make or break your team when you're going through harder content, Dragons 20, Spiders 20, things like that. So Evil Eye is super good. So I feel like this is a safe, neutral, all-around build for Stag Knight. If you go with this, I don't think you could go wrong, but this should be your base, right? From here, if you want to specialize, like I said earlier, you need to tweak this around. But I think if you just want a general solid build, you can't go wrong with this mastery. You can't go wrong with the way he's built out here. So now that we talked about his skills, artifacts, and masteries, let's put them to work so we can showcase his strong points and weak points. So let's start off with the easy stuff. Dragon 20, you already know this guy's going to be very useful. Decrease attack, decrease defense. It's pretty much everything you need in Dragon 20. Obviously you need some DPS, whatever, but this guy right here is definitely going to provide you with some utility in this type of content. Must have, easy choice right now. The only difference though is that because he doesn't have decreased weaken on that decreased defense, he will net you slower run times. So if you had someone like Venus or Dracomorph, of course they're going to be a lot faster, but Stag Knight isn't here for speed. He is here to help you sustain and get through content. So perfect champion for Dragons 20. We'll see the runtime at the end, and then we'll throw in a different champion just to see what that runtime is. So let's check that out. Honestly, that's not too bad. I thought it'd be a little bit slower, but hey, you can see right here, Stag Knight is pretty decent. So let's put in Venus and just compare the speeds real quick. A little bit faster, but we're comparing a awesome legendary to an awesome epic. So, you know, the results do reflect that, but hey, you can see, you know, Stag Knight holds up, man. He is a solid champion. Now let's talk about Ice Golem, where he kind of sucks. Okay, so for Ice Golem, now don't get me wrong, Stag Knight is very useful in Ice Golem, especially if you're gonna do it on manual, but Ice Golem is played with AI issue because if you have like an attack all enemy and you're counting on that decreased attack or whatever, he does not do it, right? So it just really sucks that you know, the AI is kind of breaking Stag Knight for Ice Golem, because if you're trying to get Arbiter, Stag Knight would be perfect, right? He has decreased defense and decreased attack, which is super useful for Ice Golem, but the AI issue here is just not helping you out for auto. You can see in the background what's happening. His A2 is up, but they keep attacking the minions instead. So this is not a Stag Knight issue. It's just something I want to bring to you guys so you guys are aware. If you're trying to build them out for Ice Golem solely and use it on auto, it's not going to work too well for you. But on manual, yes, he could help you clear all the way up to Ice Golem 20, right? So keep that in mind for Stag Knight. Now let's move on to something else. And actually, since we're here, I just want to show you this. So you can see Stag Knight right here, Ice Golem 20. He did pretty good damage, right? He kept up with the Royal Guard. So Stag Knight is very good. I just wish they'll fix the AI for Ice Golem because, man, some of these champions become useless on auto. Manual, they're okay. Just that auto, though. But anyways, moving forward. So let's talk about everyone's favorite subject, arena. So when it comes to Stag Knight, this dude's going to push you through high gold forward easily. You can see right here, he's just helping you clearing out stuff, right? Now we do got some good champions in here, but you can see that decreased defense just helps so much, right? And decreased attack, right? They can't hit you as hard because Stag Knight's there to protect you. But the thing though is that you're probably asking why only up to gold forward. Well, I'll show you, because like I said earlier in the video, Stag Knight starts to fall off the more you get toward the high end game in any content. Stag Knight just doesn't have that punch or that utility, right? But till that point, he is solid. So let me explain to you why he falls off in arena as you get higher into it. Okay, so let's talk about it. So speed is still pretty much king. I don't know if I could say it's meta, but it's definitely something that's necessary in arena. Speed is still pretty boss. But the thing though is that the meta is slowly changing. Now this is Duchess. She's one of the newer ones. She's not Sifi or Rotos, but she's still pretty relevant. Now you see right here, Stag Knight has decreased defense and attack, but he does not remove it, right? So it's useless because now we're seeing a lot of champions that are coming out with block debuffs, things like that, which is making it much tougher to take down these teams. So Stag Knight kind of falls off in that aspect, but what you could do though is put in Madame Cerise, which is still an excellent champion. She's older than most of the champions that we're talking about in this video, but her utility is what's more necessary when it comes to meta and arena, because same situation, right? Pretty much same order, everything's happening, playing out the same way, but the only difference here is that because we have Madame Cerise with her decreased defense and attack and removes buff, right? So that extra punch is what makes or breaks these team compositions. So that's what I mean with Stag Knight kind of falling off. Like, he's an excellent champion. He'll get you where you gotta go. But when you start getting into the end game stuff, you really gotta start nitpicking and fine tuning your team comps to produce results that are, you know, applaudable of saying, hey, I am a true end game player. So just keep that in mind, and just want to throw that out there for you guys. Oh, also, Madame Cerise here with her utility with fear. There's a lot of things that this chick does. So not trying to downplay Stag Knight, but just saying, this is the kind of mindset you have to have, right? So let's move on to spiders. Alright, so you can see right here, we got a decent setup. Now back in the day, it was only a few ways to beat Spiders 20, but now we have more options, so thank you. But we just saw Stag Knight doing his decreased attack defense. You saw Royal Guards do their damage. Now those numbers were pretty high, but it could be much higher with weekend. So if you're curious, we will fast forward here in a little bit so you can see how much more damage that does. But that also brings a good point, right? Please bring in a champion that has weekend when you're trying to do Spiders 20 with Stag Knight, because it's just going to help you out a lot more. Stag Knight is still very useful here. He is definitely the key component in this composition to beat Spiders 20. But weekend just helps out so much more. So let's check that out, the difference with weekend debuff applied to the spider. All right, so the spider has weekend now. And boom, you can see Royal Guard did a lot more damage, right? So yes, weekend is also a very important debuff, so please keep that in consideration when you're building your team comp. And you can see we cleared this in a decent time, not too bad for this team composition. Stag Knight once again holding up, doing his thing, helping out everybody. Okay, so let's wrap this video up, and also before we do that, let's talk about clan boss real quick, because Stag Knight is a good champion for clan boss, but his kit just makes him a little bit difficult to build around because he has that decreased attack and defense on his A2. It kind of takes up a slot in your team composition because there are other champions that could do it on their A1. There are other champions that have decreased defense and increased defense, just other various combinations, right? So Stag Knight's kit doesn't really favor clan boss to optimize the team comp, if that makes sense. So you could use them for sure, but when you're trying to like super maximize, you're not going to be able to pull that much out of your team composition because Stag Knight just doesn't have that kit that synergizes well with other champions in the game, right? So just keep that in mind. But regardless though, this champion is a beautiful champion, strong champion. He'll get you from beginning all the way toward end game, but like we keep mentioning in this video, he's just not going to carry you into the upper high end game, right? So there's nothing wrong with Stag Knight. You can do a lot with him, and the bonus part about this guy is that for banner lords, you need him for faction wars. So if you get him, you pull him, battle pass, shards, whatever, don't hesitate on booking him because he's going to bring you value. He's a champion that's going to probably stick around for a while, especially with faction wars, and help out many players throughout the game. So definitely a solid champion. I really like this guy. So that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and for real guys, please take care, be safe, watch out for one another, and you know it's the weekend, so please enjoy that also, and I'll catch you on next video. Okay, so till then, you guys stay strong. Hopefully I'll see you soon. Peace.